Hello and welcome back to another episode on Ripples by Gia. I am your host, Gia, and if you are new here, I talk all about energy expansion, consciousness expansion through our beautiful portal, the body, our vessel. And if you're returning here, thank you so much. I, as always, appreciate and I'm truly grateful for your presence to be here with me. So, this is a episode that's going to feel more like a talk show, like a conversation between you and me, because I'm going to simplify divine protection. And yes, I've done a lot of past videos. If you have done one-on-one sessions with me in the past, you know I really talk about grounding in your energy, and I'm always about divinely protecting yourself as well, whether that's through practical boundaries, energetic work, or simply your self-talk. Okay. Yes, we do need to protect ourselves from our thoughts as well. All right. Because we're all telepathically connected and not every thought is our thought. Okay. I'll go deeper in another episode about that one. But this one, I just want to simplify what protection really means. Because I truly feel like, yeah, there's a lot of tools, there's a lot of chit chat about it. There's sacred geometry, there's prayers, there's calling in your guides, there's calling in archangels, Christ consciousness, saying like prayers and crystals, salt water. I mean, there's a lot of stuff for protection, okay? But what you're really doing is, just to simplify this, you're protecting your authority as a sovereign being on this planet at all times. And the best way you can do that is by staying in your commander energy. When you are making choices, when you are walking around having conversations, even with yourself, like your self talk as well, because that's still a conversation that gets overlooked by many as, oh, silly thought, oh, it's just me. No, you are the universe. So everything you're talking about is being picked up by the universe and it is being recorded as a script. You are supporting the universe in writing your own story. It's a divine collaboration. Okay. But it's really just your awareness and understanding where you are always an authority. You're always the commander of the energy, your own energy that ripples out into the universe. Okay. So it's truly about grounding in your energy. That's divine protection. And once you have awareness of, what are some things that make you feel ungrounded, that make you feel incomplete, lack energy, make you feel extremely vulnerable to the point where you let down your guard and you're just starting to spiral and you've lost control. Okay, that feeling, because also that's an illusion. We're always in charge. We're never not in control. Okay, we've just made a choice in that moment to let down the guard and, let our feelings and emotions kind of get the best of us, which is very human of us, of course. But that is when you want to recognize, okay, what is truly going on here? Why do I feel safe enough in this environment to do this? Am I repeating a past pattern? Am I letting go authority? Am I going back into victim mindset? Why do I feel like I'm not in control anymore? Why do I have this fear that's constantly coming up in me? What person, conversation, environment, situation makes you lose yourself in? Is what you want to become aware of. Because when you become aware of that, you reflect and you decode that situation, person, place, or thing. You recognize where you're actually vulnerable for attacks. And I mean, yes, like physical attacks from people, as well, like family members that may just never appreciate your or respect your boundaries, appreciate your presence, overstepping. That's also an attack. Energetic attacks, psychic attacks when you're sleeping. Where is the leak? Is what you want to recognize. Once you are fully aware of that and you're like, F this, I'm not letting that happen to me ever again. When you've done that, you'll feel this internal shift of being in power again. You have basically overridden that frequency with your consent and your power and your presence. And yes, you can use sacred geometry, you can say your prayers, you can ask Mother Earth to guide you, you can do all these things. I mean, I do them. I use these tools all the time. But am I always on the edge about, oh my God, there's going to be attack. Oh my God, I'm going here and, this person's going to trigger me and I'm going to lose control and, I'm going to behave this way in this certain environment. No, I don't. Because I understand my power and I understand as a water being, everything becomes coherent to me. I hope I said that word right. It's been a long day for me. But everything synchronizes for my highest good. And this is not to be misunderstood with the message of that you always need to be in control, because that's also impossible. We cannot always control everything. You may go to the grocery store and have a really bad experience and be attacked energetically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever that is. But it's just the awareness. When you let go the awareness is when you make, well, not make, you unconsciously open a portal that becomes a leak. And that welcomes in a spiraling effect from entities, from aliens, from other people's toxins that are breeding in the collective that may be available. And you've just become a frequency match to them now. And I want to go more in depth about vulnerability here too, because again, I don't want to be misunderstood here. When I, say, oh, where's your vulnerability? You want to be aware of that. I'm not saying don't be vulnerable. You're going to be vulnerable. 100% you are. Every day when we go to bed, we are vulnerable. We let down all our guards and we feel safe in our beds at home and we fall asleep. That's a gift. That's a beautiful gift we have, right? Also, with being vulnerable and understanding and feeling our true emotions and expressions come into our portal, which is our vessel, our sacred temple, is also a gift because it usually takes us down a path of discovering something that either needs to be released or needs to be birthed. Okay. But here's a message I got from one of my beloved healed ancestor about a month ago. Because as you know me, I'm always reflecting, I'm always thinking, I'm always trying my best to do the best. And in today's era, we're all about having a soft life, right? We're all about gentle parenting. We're all about hyper awareness and being super sensitive to one another's feelings. It's beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful to connect in that way. But if you go back even a generation down to your parents, oh, they didn't give a shit about nobody's feelings. Well, things went wrong. Again, I'm not dismissing the wrong, the injustice that's happened there. Like, yes, clearly society needed a shift, which has happened, but they were hard. Our parents were hard on themselves, they were hard on each other, and they had a hard upbringing because their parents conditioned them that way, right? In one of my meditations, I was reflecting on this with my ancestors. I was like, you know what? Does gentle parenting really work? If a human is conditioned softly and gentle, how can they survive in this world? This world's really mean. And people are getting meaner. Like, I don't know if you've ever met a cyber bully. Oh my God, they will fucking bully you. They are mean people. And being mean and being a bully looks really different in this era. It's mostly digital, right? Because we've created a society that's really nice on talking about feelings, mindfulness, but when everyone goes home, some people become bullies on the internet. I'm sorry, it's just a fact, right? So I was in meditation, I was talking kind of to my guides, and I was like, I don't know if I ever do decide to have children that I can follow gentle parenting because I feel like the world is it's too mean. My kid will be chewed up and thrown out. Like no, like they need to know facts. They need to understand reality. And that's when my healed ancestor stepped in and she said, "You're not right or wrong. Your child will choose its own path, but the reason why back in the days, she said, the olden ways, vulnerability was considered a weakness, and we told our children never to show vulnerability is because we kept them in authority. Soon as the opposing party or the opposing person recognizes that you're not guarded and you're soft and you're getting vulnerable, they feel superior to you, which makes you in a place for an attack, for someone to take advantage of you. So we taught our children if you want to go out and publicly, freely express your emotions and become vulnerable, let your guard down, people will know exactly how to use you and take advantage of you. That's how they recognized vulnerability. And I was like, okay, you have a point, but I'm going to go and decode this more. Because, of course, my brain works 3D plane and then what's happening in like the astral world and the energetics and so forth. When do most psychic attacks happen? They happen at night. Why would they happen at night? It's because we have let down our guard. We're the most vulnerable. So that made me think when life happens to us and we get very vulnerable and we just feel weak and we're like, no, we're not going to make it. And we start to lose hope. Maybe these entities out there feel like, let me go comfort her or him. And they may recognize this as an opening, as a welcoming. And this makes you a great candidate for spiritual abuse. I'm going to say, you may meet a shaman, a healer, a guide that may see that, see your light in you, but see you're vulnerable, your guard's down, you're looking for help and assistant. They're going to come plug in you and you're going to become their host. So I feel like in the olden ways, they were so aware of that if you let down your guard, well, not your guard, but like your authority, you come down from your commander energy, you've just welcomed somebody you don't want to welcome. Someone's going to take advantage of you. So it's not that you can't be vulnerable. You absolutely can be, but choose your spaces wisely, choose your people wisely. And you can let down your guard and still be an authority. Okay. You can cry, you can let it go, but still understand that the universe is always protecting you and you're always guarded and you're always in control. You are the co creator with the creator. That is what is going to protect you. When you fully understand in your awareness that I can't be fucked with because I'm partnered up with, the universe, God, source, whatever your vocabulary is there, you're unfuckable with. And it's as simple as that. You don't need to go down the complicated route of saying a billion prayers, of constantly throwing sacred geometry around, of using tools, crystals. No, it's you. It's you in your authority, in your full commander energy. And being fully rooted and grounded in your energy makes you unfuckable with. Unfuckable with. And this is my passion. It's truly making you feel empowered and unfuckable with. Because no, you are the authority in your life. And you came here to remember and reclaim your consciousness, not to be shoved around and bullied by entities or people. All right. But that is what divine protection is. Truly simplified way. Okay. I'm sure you're having a lot of questions like, wait, what if this happens? What if that happens? Please drop them in the comments below. I would love to answer them in a different episode for sure. I welcome comments. I welcome suggestions as well. I welcome your other way of thinking, alternative ways as well. Absolutely. So drop that in the comment. I will absolutely answer that for sure. So now let's go into energetics. How does Gia protect herself on the daily basis? Like I said, I don't live life on edge. I'm not constantly scared. I'm not like, I don't live in paranoia because I'm unfuckable with fuck you. Like, what are you going to do? That's my energy. Like, what are you going to do? I know me. I'm fucking good. I'm a solid person. I'm protected. I have my shit together. All right. Even though most days I don't. I literally took a shower at 2 p.m. today. I have a pile of laundry actually on my bed, is the reason why I have this background. But still, like I feel great. You know, my portal's clear. I have a good understanding. I'm fully aware. All right. Don't let the little things bother you. Every day before I go to sleep, I do energetic hygiene. Every day when I wake up, I do energetic hygiene again. Okay. Before going to bed, I've started to Palo myself and my space and around my bed, my office area, my laptop, everything gets Palo. Okay. You can use sage, you can use a mist, whatever feels good. I always clear my aura, always. I clear it out. And as I'm doing the smudging on myself, I invite my guides in and I ask them to clear out from all levels and layers of consciousness, all time, space, planes, and dimensions, all my bodies, to clear out any frequency, any thoughts, any subliminal programming and suggestions that are not a part of my soul's path and journey, to remove them effective immediately now. And as I say that, I literally brush my hand in front of me on my sides, and I'll visualize it being brushed on like my back as well, my spine. And I visualize all of that going down into Mother Earth. And I literally say a prayer for Mother Earth. I thank her for transmuting all that energy into unconditional love. I'm like, I'm sending this back for you to transmit this unconditional love. I thank my guides. I thank all the people I connected with in that day. I thank God for all my blessings that I've experienced and miracles in that day. Then I go ahead and say this. If any being on any time level, layer, space, dimension, plane wishes to enter my space as I'm asleep, must first receive my conscious consent. And I actually got this from my beautiful friend Melanie. Um, she's an amazing coach herself, a lovely, lovely being. She actually told me this. And ever since I've started doing it, it's been a game changer for me. I sleep like a baby. I have no interferences whatsoever. And what I love about this is even if an angel wants to meet you, come in, they must ask for your permission. And this has been a lot of fun for me because a lot of my ancestors like to visit me, my guides, they love to come in and give me information through my dream space. They'll always knock the door. Like in my dream, like I'll have a door, I'll be sitting and they'll knock the door and they'll introduce themselves to me. And I only let them in if they can make eye contact with me. I'm like, okay, look me in the eyes. Because entities, any low vibrational things, cannot look you in the eye, actually. They cannot hold eye contact with you. And if they can, I'll welcome them in. And I love it because I'm actually like, I get to collaborate in full awareness with them. And then in the morning, I always like to say again, gratitude prayer for starting the day off. Um, I'll welcome miracles and blessings. I will ground it myself. I'll visualize out of my tailbone all these beautiful roots going down to the center in the heart of Mother Earth. I'll ground myself. I'll ask her to send me the supplements and nutrients required for full vitality, fountain of youth, and divine health. And I'll visualize all that coming into me. And I'll also say I connect to the pure divine source God energy, and I only allow the pure divine source God energy to connect to me and flow through me throughout time, space, levels, and layers, and throughout all my bodies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll seal my auric field. I usually call in water for that because water is my element. I'll visualize myself in the sea, and I'll have the sea wrap me around and embrace me. And I'm like in a vortex of water. Okay. So that's how I do my practices every morning and every night. And of course, even at night, if you want to do a clearing and you don't have anything to smudge yourself with, and invite water, invite water beings, invite mermaids, guides of Lemuria, invite them, ask them to clear it out, flush it all out, and watch the water and the waves just take it all away from you. That's it. It's not rocket science, y'all. It's really simple. It's really simple. All right. I hope I did a good job in articulating my crazy visions in mind. Like I said, please do leave comments, like, subscribe, and share. It does support me a lot, not only to just get attraction in the podcast, but to understand what I'm delivering here is true value to you. Because that's actually my goal is to ripple out this beautiful vibration and wisdom. On that note, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm truly grateful. Keep thriving because we came here to thrive, not to survive. Take care.